Good day to you all. So, I got some questions. Gonna throw a scenario out there, and probably gonna do a lot of yelling into the wind. But what is human trafficking? I've been preached and preached and preached about human trafficking from all different directions. From when I was in the military, they talked about human trafficking. When I was a contractor over in Afghanistan and Iraq and a couple other countries doing contracting work for the military, they had preached to me about human trafficking. And then when I became a truck driver, many of the companies that I talked to, they like to preach about human trafficking. Human trafficking is bad, not good. Now, human trafficking is different from sex traffic. I mean, it's the same thing, but they're two different things. It's the same thing essentially, but they're two distinct, different terms, different definitions. And the scenario that I want to throw out there is a scenario that's happened to me recently and that I witnessed happen to a few other people. A particular company, truck driving company. So the scenario is this company hires you, or correction, this company is willing to hire you. This company talks to you, says, hey, we want you to come work for us. This is the potential that you could make. This is the potential benefits. This is the potential. You might, maybe, kind of, sort of get this, that, or the other. But come work for us. You then ask them 1,000 questions saying, hey, what am I going to get paid? What am I going to be driving? Where am I going to be driving? What am I supposed to expect with this company? The company then says, oh, we can't tell you that. We can't tell you anything. We can't tell you how much you're going to get paid. We can't tell you where you're going. We can't tell you what you're doing. We can't tell you anything until after you are officially hired. Oh, by the way, we want you to go through a week-long orientation. No pay during orientation, but we want you to go through a week of orientation. And then after orientation, after you spend a week of your time with us, we will pay you. We will hire you. We will tell you what you are asking now. By the way, orientation is 3 states away, 4 states away. You have to travel to this location. We'll pay for your travel. We'll pay to get you there, the cheapest possible way of getting you there. But we will get you there, right? We transport you to the location. And then after we transport you there, after you spend a week of your time there, after we eventually decide to hire you, then we will give you the information about your hire. After all of this time, they finally hand you a packet or email it to you, and it tells you how much you're going to get paid. Tells you where you're going, what you're doing. Basically tells you all the information that you asked before spending all your time and money and energy trying to get hired on by this company. You don't like the package. You don't like the benefits. You don't like the equipment. You don't like the pay. You don't like anything about the package. So you say, you know what? I don't like this. I want either you to add this, and this, or I can go find another company, a better company, a company that will treat me right and give me what I deserve. This company that you are now trying to be hired by, that you're now negotiating with, says, no, you're taking this or you're taking nothing. You, not wanting that package because it is a horrible package that no one in their right mind would accept, You say, okay, I don't want it. Send me home. You sent me here. You brought me here. Now send me home. I have no money left. I have no money to get home because I've spent a week of my time here buying my own food. I didn't have much money in the first place, which is why I'm looking for a job. So I need you to send me home. They say, no. No, 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 no. We already paid for you to come here. Now, you don't want what we have to offer. You're free to go. We're not paying your ticket to go home. You're 4 states away from your home. But you find your own damn way. You, then having no options, you say, okay, well, I guess I better start driving with this company because what else am I supposed to do? I can't get home. I have no way of getting home now. I have no money. At least if I start driving for this company, if I start doing what this company wants with this horrible package, with this horrible benefits, horrible pay, very unkept equipment that will break, and I will then have to pay for if I get fined by the DOT. I decide, okay, let's go ahead and drive with this company. Once being hired by this company, it turns out that it's far worse than you initially thought, because this bad package that they gave you isn't the worst of your problems. You start driving with this company, and within the first week of you being employed by this company, they make an error. They make a clerical error. And then they decide, because of their error, you are not allowed to drive. The funny thing is, the error that they made does not affect your ability to drive. You are fully employed by them. They claim that with this clerical error, you don't have the authority from the DOT to be able to drive. Well, it turns out you do have the authority from the DOT to be able to drive, because the error that they made, you've already corrected before driving. Okay, I'll explain a little bit better. That's getting a little convoluted. In order to be able to drive for a company, in order for your CDL to allow you to drive, you have to have a physical done. The DOT had a physical on file for me because I've driven with another company prior to this company. The DOT had a physical on file for me that did not expire for 8 months. But because my company made an error doing a new physical for me, because they wanted their own physical for me, because they made an error on their paperwork, I was shut down for 1 month. They would not allow me to drive for 1 month. I'm sorry, 1 week. 1 week, correction. I was not allowed to drive for 1 week. I was losing pay for 1 week because they made an error on their paperwork that I didn't even need. I am not legally allowed to simply park this truck someplace and walk away. If I do that, I will never be able to drive for another company again. It is illegal for me to abandon equipment. So I can't just leave this truck anywhere. But whenever I ask them to send me to someplace nearby, send me someplace where I can safely and legally drop this truck so that I can go home, so that I can quit and go home, they say no. Correction, they said, okay, we'll do it. We usually require 2 weeks 2 weeks notice before you quit, but you want to quit right now because of how badly we've treated you. So okay, we'll send you home. Oh, you know what? It's going to take 2 weeks anyway, so sorry. We're still going to benefit. We're still going to make you drive loads. We're still going to work you harder than you should be worked and pay you nearly nothing. But we'll get you home eventually when we feel like it. I know that this probably happens to hundreds of thousands of drivers all over the country, maybe every single day. I don't know. I don't know how often this happens to people. But should it? Should it be legally allowed? Am I just a big whiny baby because I want to be treated respectfully? Because I want to be paid what I'm worth? I could have just walked away. I could have decided not to take their pay. I could have hitchhiked my way back home. I could have scraped together. I probably could have called friends and family and begged and pleaded to, hey, just give me a bus ticket, give me something to get home. But should I have to? This company gave me nearly no information but said, hey, we'll take care of you. You're going to like it here. And I'm like, okay, I'll take you at your word for it. And then they shipped me four states away. They shipped me far, far away from my home. And then they said, you can either take a shit deal that nobody would want. And it turns out that it's even far worse after that. In the month that I've been driving for them, I've made $1,300. I think a total of $1,500 in 1 month. As a truck driver, flatbed truck driver, having to tarp every single load with 8-foot tarps, 2 of them, every single time. Doesn't sound all that hard, but it is. Not to mention the fact that damn near the entire month that I've been driving, it's been raining. If you've never tarped a 53-foot long trailer with 2 giant 8-foot tarps in the rain, it's not easy. It's not fun. They pay me $25 each time. It takes me 2 hours minimum. Yeah, I'm gonna stop complaining. I'm gonna stop yelling. I had to get this out, hoping that somebody out there hears me and I'm not just screaming into the wind, yelling at the trees in the forest. Because I don't think this is right. I don't think anybody should have to go through this. But the only reason why this company is allowed to do this The only reason why most of these drivers are accepting these deals with this company is because most of them, from the conversations that I've had with people that work with this company, most of them have prior criminal records or have speeding tickets, recent accidents in vehicles. They have a hard time being employed by any other trucking company. So they come to a company like this that abuses them, that takes advantage of them, mistreats them. What other synonyms can I come up with? There's nothing good about this company. And yet they're still allowed to keep going. No one ever says anything about it because they're afraid. Maybe because they don't know who to contact, who to talk to. They don't know how to address this with anybody. The best we can do is, for lack of better terms, bitch at our own friends about how shitty this company is. But once again, screaming into the wind. At the very least, venting. I don't want all my videos to be like this. I'd rather my videos that I upload to Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and wherever else these videos might be uploaded to. Hey, Rumble. I hear that's a good one. I would like for all these videos to be happy and joyful and help people. I don't want to yell and scream and gripe and moan. It's not my deal. I want people to do better in their life. I want people to be able to do better in their life. I want people to prosper and be able to go somewhere, be able to do something, be able to not just live paycheck to paycheck, not just suffer under the thumb of some horrible company that only wants to benefit themselves and not take care of their employees. So, if there is anyone out there that has advice, I'm more than willing to hear it. Put it in the comments, please. If you have some really good advice, I might even give you my my direct contact, whether it's a DM through one of these apps, whether it's my phone number, my email. If you are someone who has good legal advice or good social advice, good financial advice, whatever kind of advice that would really benefit me and others, I'd like to hear it. Sadly, I don't want to reach out to Truckers Against Transport. Was it Truckers Against Trafficking? I think it is. I don't want to have to reach out to that organization because they mostly deal in sex trafficking. And I don't want to put my bitch and gripe and moan in front of them when they've got more important things to deal with. Maybe I should. Maybe this is why this stuff never goes anywhere. Because people like me are afraid to be laughed at for voicing their opinion, or are afraid of inconveniencing someone else, making more trouble than we have to. We shouldn't have to. Stuff like this shouldn't be allowed. But this is what we have to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and sign out, upload this video. But if you would do me a favor and like, subscribe, comment, try to share this video, try to get this video in front of as many eyes as possible. At the very least, I want my story to be heard. I want people to hear my story. so that they won't have this happen to them again, or happen to them. I want people to be educated and know their value, know their worth, and know that companies out here are trying to take advantage of them. So ask as many questions. And if a company is not willing to give you the information up front that you ask for, they've probably got something to hide. They're probably doing bad stuff, and you don't need any part of that. So once again, like I said, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the rumble bar, find some way of manipulating the algorithm so this information gets out there, and get this video in front of as many eyes as possible. Helps me out, helps out others that might be able to hear my voice and hear my word, and know that they're not alone. They're not the only people going through this. And help people know that they don't have to go through this. With that, have a good day.